Mic check. What's going on, world? You already know it's your boy SB, and I'd like to welcome you back to episode 42 of season 5 of the Roll Up Podcast. It's been a journey to reach this episode, and it's made me reflect on the campaign thus far and the direction I'm trying to take this campaign. As I've said a few times before, this campaign will be one of the rare podcasts that do the unthinkable. This isn't just your regular campaign where we play by the rules. This campaign is going to set the standard. With that being said, join the movement now and help me spread the word so we can get everybody on board with overcoming their adversities. The more people we can spread the message to, the more lives we can jumpstart in reshaping the world that we live in and reshaping our own experiences. And in order for this to happen, the title of today's episode fits perfect with this conversation. But first, before I continue to run my mouth, we got to handle some business first. So before I go anywhere, as always, I just want to say thank y'all for y'all continuous support. It really means a lot to me because, like I said, this campaign is going places, and I want y'all to come with me. So if you're new to the campaign, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe to the movement. Make sure you check out tsbe.org. That's the official website of the Roll Up Podcast. You can now shop the comeback season merch collection via the Sauce Factory and via the Spot. Tomorrow is 4th of July, and I'm doing a sale for the 4th of July only over at the Spot where you can get 25% off your purchase. So make sure y'all go run that up, get you a nice little discount for supporting the campaign. And remember, each purchase automatically gets you an autographed copy of my second book titled You Deserve Better, which is also available for sale on tsbe.org as well. Be sure you subscribe to the Sauce Brady Experience YouTube channel. Be on the lookout for Gaming with Sauce. Live stream coming soon. If you're already on Twitch, you can go ahead and follow me at Gaming with Sauce 420. Shit gonna be going crazy. But now that we got that out of the way, it's time that we get back into today's conversation. On the last episode, we talked about the importance of creating better habits. Today's conversation follows right behind it, and I believe this quote sums it up perfectly for all of us. Successful people do ordinary things with extraordinary consistency, commitment, and focus. Once we make it a habit to prioritize ourselves and the direction we plan on going in life, it is through extraordinary consistency that we reach the finish line. Before we can dive deeper in this subject, we must first understand what it means to be consistent. To be consistent means acting or behaving in the same way, having the same attitudes towards people or things, or achieving the same level of success in something. In other words, it means showing up and doing the work regardless of how you feel. It means you're prioritizing what you want more versus what you want now. It also means it's the difference between achieving your goals and wishing on a star that they just magically happen. As I said earlier in the season, the when, where, and why is above our pay grade. It's the work that we do in between that ultimately carries us through the finish line. To be consistent in our grind, it means that we take mental toughness that we talked about in the last quarter and we put it to the test. Because truth be told, a lot of people don't make it to their goals, not because of the work it takes, but the amount of time it takes to reach said goals. And as we briefly touched on before, time is the one variable we can't control. But what we can control is what we do with our time now. And in order for us to be great, we must use our time to be consistent, to continue to show up for ourselves, and to remind us of the goals we set and to strive every day to reach them. To be consistent in our pursuit of happiness means that the work we put in is in alignment with the direction we are headed in life. It gives us an opportunity to work on our mental toughness and our resilience. Being consistent also helps us remain committed and focused on the mission at hand. Without consistency, you run the risk of having your plans derailed by procrastination. You run the risk of finding something that's quote unquote more important and convincing yourself that dreams are for kids and it's time to be realistic. Intentional action combats all of those negative thoughts. It combats overthinking, it combats anxiety, and it combats depression. It's the hidden variable that isn't talked about enough in the process. You got to take intentional steps in the direction that you want to go. If you're constantly working hard, but you don't know why you're working hard, you run the risk of fatigue and burning yourself out. Becoming intentional with your actions is the key to extraordinary consistency. The goals we have for ourselves are extremely high, as they should be. And you know what else should be high besides us? Our work ethic. To be able to show up despite how you feel to get shit done is the highest form of self-love that we can show ourselves. Even if you say, I don't have time to work on my goals. I have too much to do during the day. I have kids, etc., etc. That is completely understandable, but I gotta remind you, there's also people who are in a similar position, even the position you want to be in, that are acting on their intentions instead of riding the current of comfortability. Even if you use the 1% rule, you're still being intentional with your work. If you're unfamiliar with that 1% rule, it's basically saying that if you can get 1% better at something every day, the effects compound dramatically over time. It may not show right away, but as you continue to grow and get better, the results of such consistency are remarkable. Even if it's just 15-20 minutes of intentional work, that's way better than 4 hours of being fake busy. In order for us to reach our goals, we must become the person that we want to be. We become this person through good habits, extraordinary consistency, and using the law of attraction to manifest our goals. But I gotta note that using the law of attraction to manifest our goals is like the last step in manifestation. Because before you can skip to the good part, dirty work in between. You have to be willing to unlearn, to relearn. You have to be willing to step out with a mustard seed of faith. Even if you can't see the step in front of you, nor the end goal, it's your responsibility to see it with your mind. Even if the voices around you are supportive or their environment around you is stunning your growth, through consistent action, you can create your own mental safe haven where you can go lock in and build your way out. I've said this a million times before. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But the reason why you're listening to this episode is because you know that you can do it, and it's time to stand on business. It's time that you commit to your goals and watch the magic of your life unfold. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't know if nobody told you this, but I'm finna tell you. You are more capable of achieving your goals than you realize. The same energy that you put towards building your 9-to-5 and their goals is the same energy you can use towards yours. The same way you can show up, clock in, and play a role in the machine and clock out is the same way you can show up and show out for yourself. Greatness takes time, and it's through commitment and focus that you get there. When you're committed to your own greatness, you are dedicated to your purpose. When you are dedicated to your purpose, your focus and awareness is heightened so you can move towards the direction of your goals. All of these terms are cogs in the machine. And when you have a strong belief in yourself and your reason for being on this planet, everything aligns for you. When you're in the face of adversity, life is trying to get you to upgrade your cogs. Just like in a video game where you can upgrade and modify parts, you can also upgrade your faith, dedication, commitment, focus, work ethic, and etc. Again, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody is immune to the struggle. We all have to go through it to get to it. But it's the actions that we put in that sets the tone for us reaching our goals. When I set out on this podcast journey back in 2020, I had to upgrade a few cogs in my machine. I had to unlearn and relearn myself. I had to unidentify with my past, accept my present, and work like hell to build my future. It hasn't always been an easy road for me, and it was through conversations like today's episode that reminded me of the greatness I was capable of. You may not be where you want to be, and if it was meant for you to be somewhere else, you'll be there. But since you're not, you want your life to go in, take strides in that direction today. No matter who's telling you not to, no matter who's trying to talk you out of it, no matter how your brain tries to conjure up events that haven't happened and probably won't happen, you owe it to yourself to make this experience the best you've ever had. You spend enough time worrying about the past and the future. Spend more time focusing on the present and how you can get better every day. Take a moment to show gratitude for your situation, because when you focus on what you have now, you will see that you are beyond equipped to make it to the next level. Once you accept yourself for who you are, there's nothing anybody can say or do to knock you off your course. Your time is now. My friend, your time is now. Because guess what? There's 5 months left in the year. Are you going to let these 5 months fly by and be in the same situation next year? Or are you going to turn this shit up and elevate? You're listening to this podcast right now because you want to elevate. So let's hold each other accountable by continuing to do our part. Tables can turn at any moment, but in order for you to get a new hand, you got to play the hand you're dealt first. With that being said, I just want to thank y'all again for tapping into today's episode. I hope I said something that was important to you that can help you get to where you got to be. It's time that we take action. It's time that we get out of our head. It's time that we stop brainstorming, and it's time we put our boots on the ground. And through consistency, commitment, hard work, and focus, our dreams are attainable, and we can and will achieve them. So with that being said, if I said something that was important to you, make sure you drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. Be sure to check out tsbe.org. Remember, tomorrow's 4th of July. I got a sale going up right now over at the spot. You can get 25% off your whole purchase. I also just added some new your digs on there. So make sure you go check them out. Because I'm telling you, nobody is cooking up merch like I am right now in this podcast space. This is only the beginning. As more people get hip to the campaign and more people, continue to support the campaign, the opportunities are limitless. Like I said before, I got some new ideas that I'm bringing to life in this season, and I'm excited. I'm excited to break bread. I'm excited to show y'all that I'm doing my part as well. So, as always, man, smoke your doobie, you deserve it. I got a new saying that I just started saying a couple weeks ago. I might throw it on some merch, and that's get lifted and stay inspired. You already know it's your boy. You have a good one. Peace.